My name is Vivian Zink. Welcome to the Woke Socialist Podcast. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I've been kept up for 2 days trying to find a way to talk about this particular issue. And the issue is the $1.8 million or billion dollars, I'm not sure what it is, thug fund that Donald Trump is awarding himself to dole out to the January 6th insurrectionists. Now, I'm sure everybody's already heard of this because it's gone viral 10 ways to Sunday. But what I want to talk about right now, and that definitely angers me, that they're getting reparations. And that's what they are. For committing treason on the United States. But I want to talk about how we are going to allow this to happen. Because corporate Democrats are not listening to their base. I spent all day listening to podcasts of angry black people who have been stripped of their constitutional voting rights, and everything right now sets the table for the funding of this to result in, once again, bringing about slavery. Now, you might think I'm crazy, but that matters not. Because everything I predicted up until this time, since 2016, when Bernie Sanders was robbed of the Democratic endorsement from the DNC, I predicted every single solitary thing up until this point. Now, for the sake of this argument, let's consider everyone that has not benefited from the system in the United States of America as black people. And you need to use your genetic memory since you arrived here to reflect on this. But the greatest victims of the atrocities that occurred long before you were born were Native and Black Americans. And they have never been compensated. They have never been compensated. However, there is a soft spot in white society for some reason for someone who comes here new, be it the Irish, the Italians, the Albanians, the Asians, the Indians, the Latinos, and people from the Middle East. These are 7 that I named, different cultures that entered the United States of America as immigrants and got some kind of avenue into white acceptance in society, while the other 2, the Native American and Black, have been demonized century after century after century. So I'm looking at these podcasts all day and I see these frustrated black people, and they're getting really tired of the go along to get along. And let me be clear to white podcasters that operate under the illusion that Donald Trump, ICE, and this new Gestapo of contract killers, the January 6ers, are going to leave you enough voters for you to win by a landslide. I don't know what motherfucking planet y'all live on, but you have never walked in our shoes. And you are definitely ignoring the numbers. Also, people who are ignoring the numbers are people who have not been tracking ICE disappearances, incarcerations, disappearances of our leaders. Where the fuck is the woke farmer? Remember him? This is not a drill. This is not a hurry up and wait for the next election. This is not fascism. Upon the seizure of all of the funds of taxpayers of the United States of America, and those who ignore it, this is communism. What they gaslight you as being is what they are. Now we have another enemy right now. There are 3 parties in the United States of America, whether you like it or not. There is not going to be a blue wave. Okay, you have the Republican Party. You have corporate APAC Democrats. And you have the rest of us, comprised of a combination of pissed off MAGA, who I don't trust, but they might vote a certain way. You have liberals who are done with the process. And you have socialists, the fastest growing party in the United States of America right now. Now, you might not be able to see it because it's corporate Democrats. You dominate the airwaves. But smart people like Jamie Raskin are on YouTube. And somebody besides him has to stand up for our Constitution. And people like Cory Booker and Hakeem Jeffries and the pantsuit mafia led by Nancy Pelosi are not cutting it. In no universe do you right now, under these circumstances, have enough black voters in a gerrymandered South under threat of ICE at the polls, all right, and this newly formed fascist army, hit squad, goon squad. Under no circumstances is there going to be a blue wave. The math ain't mathing. And for you house Negroes like Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker, get your head out of the fucking clouds about including us and drawing us in. We do not need your ass. We can do bad by ourselves. Okay, you need us to keep your job. And once this is made clear and you understand it, then you will understand the movement that is taking place right now. Real black people that earn less than $100,000 a year have to worry about surviving day to day. We don't have time to worry about keeping you your fucking job. So y'all, all of y'all, including white folks predicting a blue wave on the internet, unless you got something in your back pocket, you can take that shit and shove it up your ass. Because I, for one, am not voting for you so you can keep your job, so you can pull us into the realm. No. The mistake you made way back when Bernie Sanders ran for president is that you did not listen to your base. Instead, you listened to AIPAC and corporate Democrats. Do you understand? Because you need to. Because this is not going to turn out the way you want to. Gone are the times of the field Negro that is going to sit there and listen to your rhetoric and look at your skin and be happy that there is a black man in Congress. We deserve more. Every person who is not white and bought and sold by the system deserves more. We deserve better than $500,000 houses built in our neighborhoods so that you can attract white supremacists there. Well, all you offer the people that own the land, the very slave plantations that they bought from their masters, is minimum wage jobs in a state like Maryland. We are done with that bullshit. We're done with the fucking okey doke. We're done with the bait and switch. We're done with you telling us what we need. We didn't hire you to represent us based on your personal opinion. You are not a doctor of black people and indigenous people and the movement that is to come. You are not a scholar of evolution, of democracy. Right now, you are nothing more than dead fucking weight. And you need to recognize that and deal with it. Now, for those of you who want to keep saying that, we're arguing amongst our party, there's no argument. We have been clear. You are the one that want to still argue with Hassan Piker and Mamdani and El Sayed. There is no argument over here about how you fail to represent the masses and your constituency. The argument and the failure is with yourself. It is not with our votes. The failure is with you. People fought and died for the right to vote. And too many times in the 20th and 21st century, people of color have gambled their future on faith that was blind in a system that was not designed for them. If you're a corporate Democrat and you're supported by PACs and APAC, you are the system. You are the machine. You are the producer of homegrown slavery right now. Because as long as you got yours, you're okay with us not having ours. You are the machine. This new movement is operating at a speed that you can never put down with any amount of gaslighting, cosplaying, word salad, or anything else. Because we have the generational memory that you count on us forgetting. And this is absolutely where it fucking stops. Right here. You are the machine. You are MAGA light. You are a disgrace to democracy. Just like Trump and the Republican Party. At a rapid rate, on the ground, off of corporate media, sometimes on YouTube and other platforms. You are missing the moment. But the moment passed you a long time ago. It passed you when you did not stand for a general strike. We could have brought all of this shit to a close. But then we can go back and say we could have brought it all to a close when Nancy Pelosi and Merrick Garland fucked up this whole thing and served America on a silver platter to fascism. But I digress, because we're beyond that moment now. We can do bad by ourselves. We can defend ourselves against tyranny. We can defend ourselves against fascism, because you're not going to do it. And for the purposes of this video, I'll ask any liberal, left-leaning podcaster right now to stop thinking of yourself as a white American and think of yourself as the black oppressed. Because this is the side you chose. You chose to stand with us, and we appreciate this. So just as I am asking people of color to stand up and defend themselves right now, I'm asking you to do the same. Don't wait for a fascist SSA to come to your door and assault your family and you lay down and take it. Don't go to a peaceful protest and get beaten up. Don't have yourself isolated in an alley like so many black men that were lynched with no retribution and no justice. You have the greatest opportunity in the world to reverse history in the United States of America. This is a very unique movement, and it cannot be squandered on sideliners, on bullshit, on house Negroes selling us a bunch of drama, or anybody else who is not willing to put up or shut up. Now I'm going to get back to this thing about the $1.8 million or billion dollars for the Thug Fund. But first I'm going to say this. If you have, for any part of the last century and this century, committed yourself to Israel and are not willing to depart from that, you no longer represent the citizens of the United States of America. If that's what you choose, that's where you need to be. But we do not have to subscribe to that. That benefits us none. So when you're ready to actually be a public servant, then we can talk about blue waves and winning elections. Until that happens, I'm going to do every fucking thing in my power to form an opposition party. Let me be clear. There is no we in the Democratic Party anymore. Because people living in real time, we have until November to keep ourselves from getting killed. We have until November to hide our relatives. We have until November to evacuate the country. Because this shit is coming. And you idiots that think there's going to be ice at the polls, there's going to be no need for that. Because people like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries are going to sit idly by while Donald Trump steals this money. And if you think after we're dead that you're going to just inherit the country and all the black and brown people are gone and you can just say, that was close. Guess what? You're going to be some broke-ass motherfuckers because he is taking every single dime you have. There's going to come a time when there will be no pay for Congress. You know when that happens? When you're of no use to him. And he will have his hand in every single place where there is money. This is the largest heist in the history of the world. And they're going to walk away from here and you're going to do fucking nothing. You know how I know that? Because you're doing fucking nothing now. Now let me get back to this thing. Black people are also getting tired of mainstream media and now even people in independent media who keep playing clips about Donald Trump saying that people so-and-so from the insurrection, they were poorly treated. They were treated horribly. And they deserve reparations. Well, we thought the same about the Japanese internment camps, and they got reparations. And some Chinese got reparations for being abused on the railroad. You know who's tired of being treated horribly and deserve reparations? Fucking enslaved black people. And we're tired of Democrats whining and both-siding everything. You know what you need to do? You can't lead, you don't follow, so you need to get the fuck out of the way. You got your money, you got your insider trading, now get the fuck on, because we're tired of it. It's time for black people in America to get their reparations. That being said, there is a veterans function. It's called 5 Days in D.C. And it is happening around June 26th. I don't have all the details. Before that, we need to make it clear to Congress that we're not going to have a blue wave on the backs of black people like all the rest of them. That isn't going to fucking happen. What I will tell you is going to happen is that it's time to stop singing and start swinging. Now, if you want a peaceful protest, you daisy chainers and all you people that want to pray the shit away, stay the fuck home. But our day, the day for black America and those who support them, and red America, and now brown people being oppressed, is going to be in Washington, D.C. on June 19th. Because Juneteenth is our day. Now, America, under Donald Trump, is doing this 250-year rededication. And I'm sure you're going to have your house Negroes up there and all them people, those AIPAC members and all them, clapping them on. And they're just corporate Democrats. They're just MAGA light. They don't stand for us. They're not protecting us. So what we intend to do is show you what you're working with. So you can fund, and Democrats can help you fund, your contract killers to come and get us. But what we intend to do is turn out in numbers and say no more. This isn't no kings. This isn't indivisible. This is just us. And when I say just us, I mean the people that are tired of the two-party system and tired of waiting for elections. Along with this, on June 19th, Juneteenth, Let's celebrate it the old-fashioned way. If you can't come to Washington, D.C. and absolutely flood the streets with every able-bodied citizen that knows that this might be our last stand, then do something passive. Do a general strike. Close your stores. Cancel your Amazon. Cancel your Hulu again. Now, we did this for Jimmy Kimmel, a white person, but y'all can't stop shopping for black voting rights? You can't do that? You claim to stand up for black people. How about doing it, causing yourself a little discomfort? So let me remind you of that date, June 19th, 2026. Cancel absolutely everything and boycott absolutely everything associated with Donald Trump and all his cronies. Do that for us. And if you live overseas and you want to support black people in the United States of America, do that too. This is our last chance to vote with our pockets. And I'm under no illusion that anybody's going to do this, but I'm just going to put it out there. So if nothing else, please attend the 5 days in D.C. It's going to be a lot of veterans there. It's displaced and disillusioned military people that have been just, basically thrown away by the United States of America under both parties. But the Juneteenth maga is our practice for self-defense. If you are all about self-preservation and all about surviving as a people by any means necessary, show up for the maga on June 19th, Juneteenth, the blackest holiday in the United States of America. Look it up if you have to find out, the background or whatever. But I implore you that this needs to be done. The 2026 November election is not going to be the beginning of the preservation of democracy as you think it. By then, these killers that are funded by our tax dollars are going to mow us down before we get the chance to vote. All that voter suppression is a fail-safe. The real battle is this summer. Let this be Freedom Summer 2.0. Because for them, this is absolutely, positively going to be the summer of hate. This is the Woke Socialist Podcast. Once again, please like and subscribe. You can contact us at a later date once we put all our things together. Have a nice day. And don't let them silence you.